Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to House of Glory. I am JD from New York, joined tonight by a returning Dr. Hillary P. Wisdom.
That's right, and I'm disgusted to see this degenerate out here first. But I'd like to welcome all the Philistines here to... rudely interrupted me. We are here at Believe in the Glory, and you can not only believe, you can know that House of Glory will be bringing the goods tonight like we always do, and the Dark Star Idris Jackson later tonight will bring home the Crown Jewel Championship.
Give me a break. I believe that we're looking at your favorite pro wrestler in the ring right now.
That's a ridiculous statement.
No stranger to the suicidal six ways is Joey Silver, former Cruiserweight champion here in House of Glory. And an up-and-comer, one hell of a talent, walking through the curtain in Darren Richardson, Doc.
Yes, the infamous Darren Richardson. Infamous for being a juvenile delinquent, that is.
That he's the infamous Doc. He certainly was in Chicago, leaping off the balcony at Logan Square Auditorium was Darren Richardson, quickly making a name for himself here in House of Glory.
Well, you might say that the one virtue he possesses is courage, though I do approve of him getting in the face of these degenerate children here at Amazura as well. Agility does Darren Richardson possess. And I'm sure we will see that on full display here in this suicidal six-way match.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Conspicuous by his absence, Jay Lyons' tag team partner Midas Black still recovering from what the Cold-Blooded Killers did to main event.
That was glorious, what the Cold-Blooded Killers did, and now we have one half of the former HOG tag team champions here, Jay Lyon.
Jay Lyon looking to make a name for himself while his tag team partner Midas Black is recovering. No doubt that they still have the Cold-Blooded Killers on their mind and once again want those tag team championships. And here's another talent that is certainly making a name for himself in House of Glory, Jay Bougie.
That's right, part of Cash Flow Inc. Increased his PWI ranking to 378 has Jay Bougie, and he has really benefited from his association with Cashflow Ken Broadway.
Ken Broadway, not on tonight's show, got a victory over Oni King in Chicago. It's Cashflow Inc. looking to also make a name for themselves in the tag team division, and that music, you can tell New York City does not like that music either. They know what's walking through that door.
Yeah, like they know anything. Speaking of the Cold-Blooded Killers, here is the dawn of a new era, Jay Armani. Oh, threw it right at Jay Lyon.
Look at that. There is quite the history there.
There's also a history between Jay Armani and Sweet Cheeks Joey Silver. Silver speared Armani off of the stage during the match where the Cold-Blooded Killers won the tag team championships. After the Cold-Blooded Killers had cost Sweet Cheeks the Matt Travis Memorial Battle Royal. A lot of history in this match.
And you guys know that music. The world tour of the Amazing Red in 2024 continues tonight.
The Underground King, the legend, the patriarch of House of Glory is here.
There's nothing more that can be said, Doc, about the Amazing Red and the importance that he brings to House of Glory.
And he has been prolific in 2024
Absolutely.
as Amazing Red.
One hell of a year has Amazing Red had in 2024.
Incredible matches with Mustafa Ali, HOG heavyweight champion Mike Santana.
None better than that Mike Santana match. I never saw the Amazing Red operate at that level. But the thing is, Doc, Amazing
And
Red...
don't forget AEW champion Swerve Strickland as well.
How could we forget that? The thing with Amazing Red is, Doc, he's been in these six-ways now for a few months. Is he eyeing that Cruiserweight Championship? Seeing who the champion is, Gringo Loco's had a great run so far. Could we be potentially looking at a showdown between Amazing Red and Gringo Loco?
Well, Amazing Red has held that six-way Cruiserweight Championship in the past. I'm sure the HOG faithful are salivating at the thought of a potential showdown between Red and Gringo Loco.
Sweet Cheek's favorite holiday of the year is coming up, Halloween. As Darren Richardson, cocky as always, Jay Armani under the learning tree of Charles Mason, who, by the way, Doc, I got first-hand exclusive. Mason not here tonight because he is incarcerated. He's in jail.
I'm not going to take your word for that.
Charles Mason's arrested.
I'm sure it's some kind of trumped-up charge.
Sure, the commissioner is very happy about that. As the bell rings, believe in the glory.
Jay Armani, while I do not appreciate some of his sartorial choices, I wear my pants a little bit higher on my waist than does the dawn of a new era, but he is a dangerous competitor as Jay Armani.
And here we go. Richardson, Armani, and Bougie on one side. Red, Sweet Cheeks, and Jay Lyon on the other. Here we go. Number one contendership on the line for the HOG Cruiserweight Championship is Jay Lyon.
Lyon and Bougie both out of the ring. Sweet Cheeks and Armani together one-on-one.
Sweet Cheeks looking good so far as he takes Armani out.
Does he have to do this disgusting
Yes,
gyration?
he does. And here's Bougie. Waist lock back elbow there. Reversed by Bougie. Oh, my goodness.
Action all over the NYC arena right now.
Big flying clothesline by Bougie, and he takes Sweet Cheeks out, and in comes the Lion.
Lion charges Bougie, who reverses.
Beautiful arm drag.
Incredible animalistic athleticism on display by Blazing Jay Lyon.
And he's got the dance moves to show it off. What a spinning heel kick by Jay Lyon.
Here comes Darren Richardson.
Clothesline missed. Off the ropes goes Richardson.
Tilt-a-whirl head scissors. And a beautiful spinning drop kick by Darren Richardson.
Look at the height on that drop kick. Richardson again off the ropes, and a big face plant there as Lion is in trouble.
Nothing fancy about that face plant, but it was effective. And here is Amazing Red standing toe-to-toe with one of his students, the infamous Darren Richardson.
The heart and soul of House of Glory is the Amazing Red. Wants a handshake.
Haha, very smart by Richardson there.
Irish whip.
Suckering
Look
Red
at the speed. Look at the speed of Red. My goodness.
Unparalleled intensity by the Underground King.
Oh my God! Holy cow!
With complete abandon.
I have never seen anything like that from Red ever.
No regard whatsoever for his own physical well-being. Amazing Red just plunging into the crowd here at the NYC Arena.
If that is any indication, Doc, about what type of evening we're in for, holy cow. Everyone on their feet, front row, sold out here.
And Armani, another student of Red's, just fired back into his trainer's face with a hard forearm.
I don't even know how Red is able to stand after that, but he is operating at 100% here.
You might say he's amazing.
Big knife edge shot by Red. He's got Armani now in the corner. Big Irish whip. Armani hit hard.
And Amazing Red is feeling it. Charging up. Oh, nasty forearm in the corner.
Snap neck man by Red. Ooh, right to the throat.
Step up double kick from Amazing Red. No one does it like Red.
And it is Bougie. After what we saw from Red, he don't want no part of that, but in comes Richardson looking to take advantage here.
Oh, attacking his trainer from behind is Richardson, and now Red is in trouble.
It's a 3-on-1 attack here.
Armani, Richardson, and Bougie choking out Amazing Red in the corner. Lion tried to help out. Got knocked down for his efforts. Sweet Cheeks as well.
Cold-Blooded Killers have a history with Red as well. Charles Mason and the Cold-Blooded Killers took on Amazing Red and Main Event back in May when we were at Club La Boom. Big slam by Richardson.
Unnecessary calisthenics from Darren Richardson here. He should have gone for a pin. Richardson might have won it. You can't give Amazing Red any kind of opening.
Absolutely. That's what cost Richardson in the last six-way he was in when we were in Chicago for HOG Chicago. That cockiness cost him.
Nice leg drop by Jay Bougie. Now choking Amazing Red. And the mugging continues.
This is a six-way, ladies and gentlemen. This is a 3-on-1 right now. Jay Lyon's out of commission. Sweet Cheeks I see moving around on the outside. And here comes Jay Lyon.
This is a smart strategy on the part of Richardson, Bougie, and Armani, though. If they can take Red out of the equation, any one of those three has a much better chance of winning this match. You might think that Red, along with the... you might think that Red here is the favorite to win this match by far.
Right now, he's certainly not looking like it as Bougie comes in with that big stinger splash. And they are showboating. They haven't won anything yet.
Knife edge chop from Richardson. Armani wants to show Richardson how it's done.
These suicidal six-ways have become a staple here in House of Glory every show.
The crowd here doesn't approve of Armani's chop. Let's see Bougie's. Oh!
And here comes Amazing Red. A house on fire out of the corner.
So fast and precise.
And there's that numbers game again.
Red's explosiveness just from 0 to 100 at a moment's notice.
Now, Doc, this is every man for himself. Are you actually surprised to see this type of continuity and team mentality here in this six-way?
Well, you know, Armani has been a member of the Cold-Blooded Killers for quite a few months now, and you might see, in some ways, he's the spark plug. He has been the glue holding the Cold-Blooded Killers together. He understands, does Armani, how teamwork works in the squared circle.
And here's Jay Lion, Sweet Cheeks back in the action now to give Red some reprieve as he goes to retreat to the corner. Sweet Cheeks gets dumped again to the outside, and now we're back to a 2-on-1. Double Irish whip in the corner.
I believe these are Armani's machinations here.
Ooh. 2 boots right to the face. Red floats over. What a move there by Red. Look at that precision.
Tornado kick from Amazing Red. He's gonna dive again.
Man, you talk about a great suicide dive, Amazing Red. Holy cow. That's twice.
Incomparable is Amazing Red suicide dive. No one else in the business does it the same.
Big shot by Sweet Cheeks.
Same intensity.
He's got that wrist lock applied, and this is signature Joey Silver right there. Beautiful wrist lock takedown.
Signature deviance from Sweet Cheeks.
What a bulldog! He goes for the cover. He may have it here. And there is Armani saving the day. In comes Jay Lion. He's been looking for some revenge here on Cold-Blooded Killers. Big knife edge chop. See the sweat just jump off Armani's chest.
Just tearing into Jay Armani is Jay Lion.
Rapid fire knife edge chops. In comes Richardson.
Richardson and Armani double teaming Jay Lion.
Whoa!
Lion takes them both out at once.
What a T-bone suplex there by Jay Lion. Step up Insaguri. Armani goes down. Richardson. Circle of Life coming up.
And blazing Jay Lion
That's
is
exactly
on fire
what it
in
is.
this match.
Combo Circle
drop.
of Life with the leg drop. Beautifully done, and in comes Red. He goes for cover. Ooh.
Potential mistake there by Red, not breaking up that pin. That might have been it.
That was instinctual by Darren Richardson. My goodness.
Red is more worried about revenge, though, after being triple teamed for so much of this match.
Tree of woe here by Jay Lion, and now we have Jay Lion, Joey Silver, and Amazing Red with Darren Richardson hung up in the corner.
Richardson praying to whatever God he believes in. Nasty sliding drop kick from Sweet Cheeks.
And Red with a missile drop kick in the corner. And what does Lion have in mind here?
And now the big cat of the jungle.
Rolling senton.
Just crushes Darren Richardson in the corner.
Red wants one more time.
It looks like
I don't know what we got going on
Darren
here.
Richardson might be drawn and quartered here.
Well, Red is climbing to the top, and you guys know this is where he thrives.
Red took too long to catch his balance, and Jay Armani cut Red's legs out from under him.
Big kick there by Bougie, takes out Jay Lion.
Now Bougie and Armani back in control, and Red is in a very compromised position.
You have the Amazing Red up on the top rope, and he's pulling his pants down.
Yes,
I think
Armani exposes his undergarment.
we need to take a little bit more priority here. The Cruiserweight Championship contendership is on the line here.
Armani unaware of what is happening behind him as Jay Lion and Sweet Cheeks scale the ropes.
This does not look good.
It feels as if there may be some impending doom on the way.
Big forearm there by Armani, as the 4 other competitors are just battling in the center of that ring.
Exchanging heavy blows in the middle of the ring.
Here we go. Armani looking for an opening.
Armani is concerned
yes.
here. Oh!
Wow!
4 men down in the center, and Armani thinks he has his moment.
Armani's got red by the throat there. I don't know what he's got planned, Doc.
But he's taking too long as Armani.
That's exactly what happened, and right below the belt.
That was
yes.
a foul.
Pulls up the pants. Avalanche. Code red. My God! What a full rotation.
Armani turned inside out.
Right up top. Frog splash.
Oh, but before he can make the
No!
cover, Bushi throws Red out of the ring.
And here's Joey Silver. He takes out Bushi.
And Armani is extremely vulnerable in the ring.
Here's Lion. Wow! Rolling cannonball through the ropes.
Big mistake, though. Lion could have pinned Armani.
Richardson sees the cover. He breaks it up, rolls him up.
Richardson's got his own.
Wow! Highway robbery, Doc, after so many attempts. Darren Richardson now is the #1 contender to Gringo Loco in the Cruiserweight title.
The biggest victory in Darren Richardson's young career, and the glamorous, infamous Darren Richardson indeed has a guaranteed shot at the HOG Cruiserweight title.
What a showing by Amazing Red tonight. Everybody thought he had that one won.
And still to come tonight, the Crown Jewel title will be on the line. Zilla Fatu against the Dark Star
Give
Idris
me a
Jackson.
break.
And you're going to see a new Crown Jewel champion. Mark my words. Who's touching me?
I think you've had enough. I think people are tired of hearing you. So you can take your leave.
Well, you know, I don't want to be around you anyway. I think I smell vodka on your breath.
Well, he may be right about that, but nonetheless. Good to see you, JD.
Jason, thank you for being here. Oh my God, the Doc is gone.
What a match.
It's go big or go home for the legendary Masato Tanaka when he makes his HOG debut on Friday, October 18th, and challenges the winner of tonight's main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. Mike Santana issued an open challenge for his title, and I just locked in his opponent. Trust me, this is a match you don't want to miss. That's later, though. Right now, let's head back to the ring for the first of 5 title matches on the card tonight.
And we are getting a look at a brand new tag team here in House of Glory, JD.
Dustin Waller, Kylon King. Jason, they've slowly been making a name for themselves in the New England independent circuit. They've wrestled mostly for Beyond Wrestling this year, stops in GCW, DPW, and this is their first HOG appearance tonight against probably the most dangerous faction in all of House of Glory.
Oh, we know that music well.
It's the second time tonight we've heard it.
Unfortunately. But I hear the streets are a little safer these days with
Yes.
their ringleader.
Yes. Charles Mason not here tonight. Catano and Raheem Royal won the HOG Tag Team titles back at High Intensity from Main Event in the first ever Tag Team I Quit match, ending Main Event's 343-day reign as champions. Their last defense, Jason, their only defense came in Chicago when they went up against Bang and Matthews in what I thought was a great match.
Oh, it was a fantastic match. Look, nobody is taking away the ability of these two men. We've seen Raheem Royal do amazing things. We've seen Nolo Catano win championships. I just don't happen to approve of the person that they look up to. I think they could do better.
That Katana blade by Nolo Catano has come into his matches more times than I care to admit to you guys.
You know, and I've tried to do something about that, but every time I get close to him, he brandishes that sword, and I just go the other way.
It's crazy. Raheem Royal, Rookie of the Year for House of Glory in 2023, has now aligned himself with Charles Mason under the learning tree of Charles Mason. Miracle Generation, Jason. We haven't seen much of Miracle Generation. I personally have come into knowing them this month, and from what I've saw, we talk about boom periods in tag team wrestling. We saw that first boom period return to form with tag team wrestling, Jason, back when AEW started. Their tag team division was unbelievable, still very good. But when there is a next boom period, we may be looking at the two guys right there that start that boom period.
Oh, absolutely. You know, look, ranked number 52 on the PWI 500 list last year of tag teams in the world. I mean, these two guys, very talented, but tonight they can make a statement. This could be a statement win for them if they walk out of here tag team champions. What a feather in their cap that would be. Always good to get some fresh talent here at the NYC Arena. We are packed here in Queens tonight.
Everybody believes in Jamaica, Queens.
I believe.
We all believe. Side headlock there. That's a nice move by Raheem Royal. We all wonder what the plan was for the Cold-Blooded Killers. We saw what that plan was. Took out Main Event. Charles Mason now eyeing Mike Santana and the HOG World Championship, which sends chills up my spine even thinking about it.
Let's not even talk about that. So Raheem Royal in the Matt Travis Memorial Battle Royal.
Yes. And then what did he do with that contract? He gave it right to Charles Mason. That's the Flash, up and over. Look at the speed of Dustin Waller.
So quick. Very impressive so far.
Ooh, nice move there by Waller. He's got his eye on Nolo. Nolo cannot be trusted. Swinging DDT.
They don't call him Flash for nothing.
No, cover here. One count only.
Both men trained by Paul Roma, Mario Mancini out of Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling.
Nice double hand palm strike there. Miracle Generation have been in the ring with some pretty well-known tag teams. MXM Collection, Grizzled Young Veterans, The Dark Order, even our own Main Event earlier in the year. And another one. Big clothesline there. In comes Kylon King. Big pull out of the corner, power slam, and again a one count. And Raheem quickly tags in Nolo.
He knew he was in trouble. And here comes the former Cruiserweight champion.
Ooh. Quick tags, Miracle Generation. Keeping Cold-Blooded Killers in that corner. Double takedown there. See some of that double team continuity. Look at that.
Very unique.
Waller over the top, takes out both guys. Standing moonsault by Kylon. Shooting star by Flash. Cover. 2 count only. Cold-Blooded Killers seem to be not themselves, Jason. I'm loving it.
Well, you wonder, how much did they scout these two before tonight? Did they take them for granted?
How much did Mason really communicate with them? He is incarcerated from what I've been told. Oh, look at that. That's a nice move by Raheem Royal.
That's smart, though. That's very smart.
And a super kick by Nolo takes Flash out. Now the referee's back is turned, and look at Raheem Royal.
He's taking a beating right now on the outside. Referee doesn't see it.
It's the reason why they are the tag team champions.
Well, I mean, this is only their second defense of those tag team titles, so it could be a short reign for CBK. And how would Charles Mason react if they lost these titles tonight?
Do you really care?
Frankly, I do, because it's my problem. You may not care, but...
What a leg drop by Nolo with some sign language to Kylon on the outside.
Somehow this all ends up on my plate.
It does. I'm sorry. As Jay Armani is floating around on the outside. We just saw him in the suicidal six-way. Can't trust him being out there. Now the tides have turned here with Cold-Blooded Killers keeping Flash, Dustin Waller, in their corner as he's desperately reaching for the tag here.
This is our first of several championship matches that we have here lined up for you tonight. Believe in the Glory.
This is that Superman punch. Nolo quickly tags in, though. Blind tag. Step up kick. Nolo with the knees in the corner. And a pull-out powerbomb by Raheem Royal, and a cover by Nolo. And a 2 count only.
Well, Nolo not happy with the speed of that count.
Crown Jewel Championship on the line later. Zilla Fatu back in action here at House of Glory against Idris Jackson.
That's right, and an open challenge for the HOG World Championship. Who's going to step up to take on Mike Santana? He's been unstoppable now all year.
Mike Santana running through them so quick. He's letting anybody step in. And look at this double team here. Jay Armani on the outside, not even in this match.
I mean, it's an impossible job for one person here. The referee can only do so much.
Raheem Royal with those devastating knees right to the throat of Waller.
Now, Waller has been in there for a long time. Kylon King has got to try to find a way to tag himself into this match.
Well, that's a nice defensive move there by Waller. Took out Nolo with that flying elbow.
He's trying to fight back. Now Nolo's got him. Oh.
Ooh, he takes Nolo out, but Nolo quickly back, pulls him outside.
Nice super kick.
Flash rolls through, and look at that. Smart enough to know to make the tag, and here is Kylon. Ooh. Big roaring clothesline.
Height on that.
That is explosive right there with that suplex.
Back body drop.
He's feeling it.
I mean, he's been waiting out there for a long time. Look at Kylon.
Double Northern Lights with the bridge, and new champions not quite. Wow.
Very impressive showing here for the Miracle Generation. Could they pull off a miracle here tonight?
A miracle that New York City would love to see here tonight.
Could be on the verge. Nope. Raheem.
He quickly rolls through, and again with that step-up kick. Wow, German suplex there. And he rolls to the outside, and that is the tutelage there of Charles Mason.
Yeah, that is very smart. And the titles can only change hands inside the ring, but I think that Kylon King may be flying. Nope.
And Nolo.
He had that scouted.
Big jumping knee by Raheem, and that is the numbers game on the outside. Miracle Generation have to contend with 3 Cold-Blooded Killer members on the outside.
I mean, it's basically a handicap match. Call it what it is.
Is an excellent double team move. It's not enough, though. As Kylon King kicked out. How did he do that, Jason?
I have no idea. I mean, maybe it's just pure instinct, but I thought he had him there for sure. Now Raheem Royal going to tag back into this match. I think we may be headed for the kill here. Picks him up.
Cold-blooded killer's looking for the kill shot definitely here, but here comes Flash. Big step up kick.
Oh my goodness. Nolo falling off the top rope. Backslide.
2 count. Super kick. Kick to the back of the neck. Double team kicks. Wow, is that enough? And Nolo right there. What a match.
If Nolo Kitano is not there, we have new tag team champions right now.
It's all over.
No doubt about it. This has been a hell of a match.
Over the top goes Nolo. As the Miracle Generation now have Raheem Royal right where they want him. Flash going up top. Kylon King places Raheem on the top rope, but here's Nolo.
Wait a minute here.
Oh. He put a stop to whatever they were planning, but Kylon still has Raheem perched up on the top rope.
That's a dangerous place to be.
Miracle Generation. Flash rolls through. He just basically throws Nolo off the top rope.
Nolo landed on his head.
Wow! What do you call that?
Wow.
All for the tag team championships of House of Glory. You see what the damage is after that.
I think Raheem tried to get up and then realized he just couldn't.
Kylon King is absolutely out of commission here as Flash. Dustin Waller slowly getting back to his feet. It's basically 2 men here on fumes, going back and forth. Still throwing big bombs, one after the other. Waller seems to have the advantage here as Nolo. Now he wants some of Flash. And in comes Kylon. This is unbelievable.
We got a slugfest here. Look at these guys going at it.
Ooh. Cold-blooded killers put a stop to that. Miracle Generation returns the favor. Wow! Kylon King.
Oh my God! What was that?
He planted whatever that was. Kylon was planted right on top of his head. His flesh comes off the top rope. Big crossbody. As Nolo's going for Trigram's rotation, and he hits it. Big suplex.
More like a brain buster. Dropped him right on top of his head. And look, Raheem Royal right now, the only one vertical.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is only the second match of the night.
I mean, you would think it was the main event. The way these guys are fighting.
Miracle Generation, double team move there. Raheem now perched on the top rope again. As Nolo, nowhere to be found. Whatever they were planning before, looks like they're going for it again.
Oh, this could be it.
Suplex. Flash. Big splash. Do we have new champions? 1, 2. Of course,
my
of course.
God.
Of course it's got to be Jay Armani.
Oh, my goodness. Dragging the referee out of the ring. And you can hear this crowd's not happy. Wait a minute.
Kylon. Springboard moonsault.
Waller can't believe it, but he's got to take advantage.
Of course,
my
of course.
God.
I am not surprised. Typical Nolo, miss to the face.
I don't believe it. Nolo Kitano.
Oh my my God. Is that the kill shot here?
That's gotta be it.
1, 2, 3.
Good night.
Jason, take nothing away from all three of these guys, Nolo and Raheem Royal, but if it wasn't for Jay Armani, we may be looking at new tag team champions tonight. That's the picture.
I tell you what, they may not have gotten the job done tonight. I am very impressed by Miracle Generation. I mean, they have nothing to be ashamed of here. It was CBK up to their usual tricks. And we know exactly where they've gotten that from. But that was a hell of a match. And still, Nolo Catano, Raheem Royal, Charles Mason will be proud wherever he may be.
He's smiling wherever he is. Or as far as those tag team titles are concerned, they are comfortably sitting in the Cold-Blooded Killers. But I'll tell you what, me personally, I'd love to see Miracle Generation back here inside House of Glory.
Oh, without a doubt. They are welcome back anytime. But again, our first of several championship matches tonight, and it was a banger.
Still to come, we have the Women's Championship on the line. Megan Bayne defends that HOG Women's Championship against Lena Cross, making her first HOG appearance tonight.
That's right, yet another debut here in House of Glory. We have several of them tonight, not the least of which is
Joe Hendry.
Say his name, and he will be here later tonight.
He will be going one-on-one with a resident.
Are you going to be singing the song,
favorite
JD?
here in New York City? I might be singing. I don't know.
You better sing.
It's on my Spotify playlist, I'll tell you that. Joey Janela versus Joe Hendry tonight.
And speaking of new faces here in House of Glory,
Much of who Fuego del Sol is, Jason, is a mystery. 10-year veteran from Mobile, Alabama. Started his career on the independent circuit, wrestling in Oklahoma and Texas. Spent a good chunk of time in AEW during the COVID-19 era. But I would say tonight and this match for this title is probably the biggest match of his entire year.
absolutely. I mean, look, he's a 10-year veteran. And what a way for Fuego del Sol to make a name for himself by walking out of here. We have seen Gringo Loco knock down challenge after challenge. One of the most popular stars here in HOG. It would be a real feather in Fuego's cap if he could pull it off here tonight.
The last time we saw Gringo Loco, it was HOG Chicago. 5 men, suicidal 6-way. Match that included Amazing Red, Arez, Darren Richardson, who won tonight's match and now is the #1 contender. Robbie Eagles and Joe Alonzo. What a year Gringo's had, Jason. He defeated Kevin Knight in a tremendous title defense right here back in July. Won the Cruiserweight Championship from Casey Navarro back in May, and has held that title for 129 days.
Yeah, he's been champion for a little over 4 months now. I mean, the list of names that you just read off, the fact that he even made it out of there,
I know,
still champion.
it's crazy.
What does that say about him? But Fuego del Sol, again, he's got something to prove here. You know, I almost feel like, you know, for all the time that he spent in AEW, people took him for granted. You know, as you can hear from the NYC faithful, as much as they love Gringo Loco, I do think that Fuego has his share of fans here tonight. He'll make some new ones if he can walk out of here as Cruiserweight champion. And this fits his style. This is his type of match here, his type of opponent. Talked to Fuego a little bit before the show tonight. He was excited to be here for the first time.
Already showing you what he can do there. Look at that. Nice wrist lock. Arm dragon twist.
And like I said, I mean, again, he's no newbie. 10-year veteran of the squared circle.
Gringo, obviously the much larger of the two. But don't let that fool you. We've said it time and time again with that leapfrog by Fuego. And every time Gringo's in the ring, you see stuff like that, but it's always something new every single time we see him in that ring. Wow!
I've never seen that before.
Me neither.
Talk about using someone as a base. I mean, they call Gringo the base god, so I guess it kind of makes sense.
Fuego del Sol became a favorite in AEW for his perseverance. I think that's the word, Jason, that would describe him best. Perseverance. Tried to get his fair share in AEW. Now he's here in House of Glory. Cruiserweight Championship on the line as Gringo Loco's on the outside as Fuego flies over the top. Oh, my God!
Oh,
Gringo caught him! Oh, no.
Oh, my
Against the steel barricade on the outside. It's literally the third match in a row, Jason, that front row has gotten their money's worth tonight. And we're not even three matches in here.
I think that's the danger zone here tonight. These people are getting their money's worth and then some.
That may be the turning point here in this title match for Fuego del Sol. Oh.
I felt that all the way over here. Gringo again with a chop, taking the skin off his chest. And back inside, Fuego del Sol is in a lot of trouble now. We know what Gringo can do when he heads up top. That's nothing good for Fuego. Fuego better move out of the way.
Fuego up there, or Gringo rather up there. Look at this. That's enough. He got enough of that.
Well, look, I mean, hey, Fuego flies just like Gringo does. Take out the legs. It's not a bad strategy.
Yes.
Like you said, Gringo, the larger of the two, coming down on his legs with all of that weight. Gringo now may be working on the lower body.
That looks like the plan here.
It's smart strategy. Oh, wait, what's this?
He's wrapping him up here. Bite in the hand.
Oh, wow.
Gringo just showing off now. As you hear Fuego del Sol say, no, 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 he's not giving up here.
Got him wrapped up like a pretzel. You know, of all these stars this year that we have brought into House of Glory, Gringo Loco may be the most popular of them all. Everywhere we go, Chicago, New York, it doesn't matter. They love Gringo.
I would say so. Gringo Loco, certainly a rare creature of the world of Lucha Libre. American-born, successful luchador, as you guys can tell. We'll be back in Chicago in January, I believe.
That's right, January 17th, back at Logan Square Auditorium. It's going to be a little colder, though. When we
I know,
back.
don't remind me. Fuego now trying to get some offense here. Gringo. Oh, my God, and that's exactly what we're talking about. Something new out of his bag of tricks every single time.
And you wonder, you know, how does he come up with the stuff that he comes up with?
He's like a video game character.
It's just not, it doesn't seem possible.
Whatever that was, Fuego kicked out. Fuego has an interesting background, backyard wrestling roots before making it to AEW. Fuego was actually involved in backyard wrestling under the name of Cage. That's a big neck breaker by Fuego. And that has created possibly some breathing room for the challenger here. That's the first time all match that Gringo's actually been flat on his back.
Yeah, you know, we know Gringo. Fuego may not get too many more of these opportunities, so he better take advantage of it.
Both men back up to a vertical base here.
I think that may have been a mistake, allowing him back to his feet.
Ooh.
Firing back.
Oh. Fuego with those rapid fire forearm shots. Up and over. Step up enziguri, beautifully executed by Fuego. Gringo's in the corner now. Full head of steam. Big roaring forearm there. Shoulder to the midsection. Fuego up and over. Wow, that's a nice move there by Fuego.
Very
Body
nice.
scissors taking Gringo to the outside.
Back in that danger zone area out there. Uh-oh.
As everyone here in the NYC Arena gets up to their feet.
Boy.
What is Fuego planning
Watch
here?
out.
Wow! That's out of our vantage point, Jason, but I believe he landed on a chair, so we'll see.
I believe I heard the impact of that. I would certainly hope it was a chair and not a head. Hard to tell from over here.
Fuego now. Beautiful second row moonsaults. A little showboating there by Fuego. Oh my goodness, that was close.
Well, look, I mean, if you're Fuego, you throw caution to the wind. You do what you got to do here. Title's on the line. This may be the only opportunity that he has. And Fuego del Sol, it looks like, is going to take it to the skies.
This is the best opportunity that Fuego's had all match.
Should be his last if it doesn't work
Gringo
out.
quickly gets to his feet. Took a little bit too much time up there.
Yeah, Gringo had that scouted.
We've seen this before,
We
Jason.
have seen Gringo with that base bomb.
Yes.
And if he hits that, that's all she wrote.
A thing of beauty. Is that what's happening here? No! A Spanish fly! Off the top! Is that enough? No, it's not! You never know what he's doing up there. And he pulls out something like that so beautifully, so easy.
Well, that's the thing with Gringo. I mean, he just makes it look so easy. And this crowd here on their feet, literally people standing. And we see the cutthroat sign there by Gringo Loco. What does he have in mind? I don't even know if I want to know what he has in mind here for Fuego. Fuego better be paying attention because this does not look good. That's not a place that you want to be with Gringo.
No. After we just saw an avalanche Spanish fly, Gringo is now back up top.
Could be a superplex.
Maybe. Fuego. He puts a stop to that. Crotches Gringo right on the top rope. This could potentially be the best opportunity. This is the best opportunity. Gringo is now in trouble, but he still has that wrist. Double foot stomp by Fuego.
He's still tied up in that tree of woe.
Oh my God, is he going coast to coast here?
It looks like it.
That's exactly what he's doing. Do we have a new champion here? 1, 2. No. Gringo Loco.
What is it going to take to put down Gringo Loco? Everybody's been trying. ever since he won that championship back in May, and nobody has been able to figure this guy out.
Fuego del Sol has thrown everything at Gringo Loco tonight. Has taken some of Gringo's most devastating moves.
And to his credit, he's still standing.
Full steam ahead now. Another roaring forearm shot. Gringo comes out. Standing Spanish fly. Gringo now.
Oh,
Tombstone pile driver planted Fuego with the cover and a 2 count only. Wow.
You hear the Fuego chants here at the NYC Arena.
He has certainly earned everybody's respect tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's unique for a Gringo match because we know how beloved he is, but I think he is slowly winning this crowd over.
To Fuego's credit, this has been the most competitive match that Gringo Loco's had so far in defense of that Cruiserweight Championship. Fuego now. He rocks Gringo as he's perched up on the top rope. Don't take too much time. Gringo could. Gringo could. Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh, Gringo!
What? Fuego evaded it. There's that DDT. He quickly goes for a cover, hooks the leg. Wow, Jason, that kick out, that was not a strong kick out by Gringo.
No,
he is reeling now.
Yeah, no, not at all. This is what Fuego wants. He wants him in this position. Now he's got to go for the kill shot.
But look at Fuego. His body language tells the entire story of this match. He does not know what to do.
Frustration. We've seen, I mean, how many times have we seen that look on people's faces? I mean, he's wearing a mask, and I could tell. He is frustrated right now. He does not know what he has to do. And Gringo has rolled out to the apron. Cannot win the championship outside that ring.
Both men have thrown their best shots at each other. What is it going to take? One move is all it will take here. What is it and where is it coming? They're going right back up top. He had success up there before. Yeah. He just had success with that. I believe Gringo was going for that big power bomb off the top rope. And Fuego countered it. Why take another opportunity, another risk here? And Fuego get lucky again for a second time. I don't like this.
No, this is not a good place to be.
Fuego's right on that second rope. Gringo is now completely on the top turnbuckle.
Expecting that, but
I don't even know what to call that, what to say. I mean,
I think we're gonna have to call that wow. I think wow is the right word to describe what we just saw.
And like a boss, Gringo Loco delivers that and just walks out of the building.
Yeah, he's just gone like the wind.
And listen, take nothing away tonight from Fuego. He wrestled his ass off tonight.
Nick Nemeth makes his HOG debut on Friday, October 18th, when House of Glory Wrestling presents Salvation. And I can confirm that immediately following this next match, we will reveal who his opponent is going to be. But first, we have another big name making his HOG debut right now.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. too, Jason. I got some goosebumps on me, man.
You're not the only one.
Mr. Franco Costanzo, and now the combatants who get set to believe. Introducing first to my left, coming to us from Asbury Park, New Jersey. Weighing in at 205 pounds.
Quite the character is Joey Janela. Obviously, obviously they do not believe in Mr. Janela, Jason.
His opponent to my right, coming to us from Edinburgh, Scotland, weighing in at 252 pounds of pure motivation. He's the answer to all life's problems. Joe Hendry.
Well, we said his name, and he appeared. Every single person on their feet here at the NYC Arena.
It's unbelievable. What a trek for Joe Hendry to even get here, Jason. Scheduled for this match with Joey Janela. Canceled. Everybody said his name in unison, and he shows up. He's here.
Well, you know, originally he was supposed to be here, and we've had some unfortunate Mother Nature issues down south that looked like it was going to prevent him from being here tonight, but by a stroke of luck, we were able to get him back, and this crowd is very happy to see him. It's been an amazing year for Joe Hendry.
Unbelievable.
I mean, you talk about great stories in wrestling. This guy right here is the face of 2024.
He is. Collar and elbow tie up here with Hendry and Janela. We talk about the amazing year that Joe Hendry had. Broke company social media records in WWE with a short stint in NXT. He's the only pro wrestler ever to main event from TNA to main event a TNA and NXT pay-per-view, Jason.
Well, and now he's one of our main events here tonight at HOG.
It's unbelievable.
But yes, absolutely. Challenge Ethan Page at the beginning of this month. NXT No Mercy for the NXT Championship. He'll be challenging Nick Nemeth, who we will have here for the first time next month, October 18th at the NYC Arena, but he'll be challenging him next month for that TNA World title.
Wrist lock takedown there by Joe Hendry.
Yeah, Hendry now, you know, you heard everybody singing the song as he came out here. A song he sings himself, a song that cracked the top 5 singles in all of the UK. He was above Taylor Swift.
That's unbelievable. His song reached number 3 on the Irish streaming charts, number 4 on the Canadian iTunes charts, number 6 on the iTunes charts, and like you said, 5 on Spotify charts here in North America. He even peaked at number 1 in Malta.
Malta?
Malta.
Not Malta. You know, I hear my podcast does pretty well in Malta.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Not to brag or anything, but... Well, look, I mean, he was a musician for 10 years before even getting into pro wrestling. And he has found a way to get himself world known. The world is getting to know all about Joe Hendry. Joey Janela is going to find out firsthand here tonight. Joey Janela, somebody that we have seen before here at HOG.
We have. He's wrestled Charles Mason here in House of Glory 2 years ago at High Intensity. He's actually coming off a loss to Mance Warner in a lumberjack strap match for the GCW World Championship. So Joey Janela is looking for a big win, and it couldn't be any bigger tonight than against that man right there.
Well, look, I mean, Joey Janela, a former HOG Tag Team Champion back in 2015. So very familiar with the territory here. Obviously, New Jersey native, following in the footsteps of Bam Bam Bigelow, Diamond Dallas Page, trying to represent the Jersey Shore.
That is quite the statistic. HOG Tag Team Championship. If you guys want to put that on your pro wrestling trivia cards, Anthony Gangone is the answer to who Joey Janela's tag team partner was. Former HOG World Champion himself.
Well,
Janela.
very classy, as always.
I mean, well, he's the bad boy for a reason.
Janela
Can't take anything away from Janela, though, Jason.
No,
he is a workhorse. He's worked 69 matches this year.
And look, you know, we talk about the very impressive summer that Joe Hendry has had. But you look at Joey Janela, I mean, this is a man who has been in the ring with Cody Rhodes. He's been in the ring with Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley. He's battled the best in the business.
He is a huge influence on the independent circuit. He's given so much opportunity to so many people with his spring break. Ooh, that was a little low.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I don't know about that. Hendry with the shoulder tackle. Look at the power of Joe Hendry. Letting all that blood rush to the head.
We could have sang
He's just showing off.
We could have sang his entire song, and it would have been over by now.
And down with the suplex. Hendry goes for the cover. He hooks the leg, and Janela, not even a 1 count. Wow.
Only one. Wow.
And the one thing, Jason, that I'm surprised by, like you look at Joe Hendry, he doesn't look like a large guy, but there's a difference in size here, and he's just a bulky guy. He's a much larger guy than Joey Janela.
He is. He's got the size advantage for sure.
Janela now.
That's never stopped Janela before.
No. He was going for a swinging DDT potentially there. Hendry puts a stop to that. And a bounce back German suplex there by Joey Janela. He quickly goes for the cover here.
And the thing we know about Janela, I mean, he is no stranger, nor does he mind taking risks.
No.
In the ring.
No.
That's what sacrificing his body, he will not hesitate.
No, that's what he was basically enthralled by. That's what he fell in love with when he first watched professional wrestling. Started at the age of 15, started lying to professional wrestling promoters just to get into the business. And Hendry now's in trouble. Big knife edge shot by Joey Janela. And Joe Hendry's not going to have any of that.
Yeah, he's going to give it right back. It's like Hendry is going to go corner to corner, but Janela, thumb to the eye. Irish whip.
Irish whip hits hard there.
Right into that kidney area.
Less showing off by Joey Janela. Can't be playing those types of games with Joe Hendry. And again, Hendry goes down. Off the ropes, Janela with a roaring elbow, and he quickly goes for a cover, folds Hendry up, and a 2 count. Joe Hendry trained in Scotland under Killian Dane, Big Damo, and Robbie Brookside. Started his career out in 2014. Now, Jason, we're seeing signs on every show on the Indies, on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. I mean, there's just big heads of Joe Hendry everywhere.
Well, I mean, forget that. I mean, you could be watching SportsCenter, and you'll have anchors on SportsCenter talking about if they believe. Even they're Joe Hendry fan. He's gone mainstream.
Janela has this front chancery.
He is feeding off the energy here from this crowd, trying to get back to his feet.
Now look at the power of Joe Hendry. He's on one knee here.
Janela has all of his weight on the back of his neck.
It's unbelievable. And Hendry's power. Janela up into a vertical suplex and breaks the hold.
That is some great core strength there by Hendry. And that will give him the separation that he needs. Try to get some air back in those lungs.
Hendry with that big right hand, and again. Off the ropes, Irish whip. Big clothesline down. And again. Fall away, slam by Joe Hendry, and a kip up.
This crowd loves it. This is what they came for.
What an atmosphere here, sold out. The NYC Arena
This could be the
chanting,
finish here.
We believe Janela.
Janela knew it.
Now, he
He
said,
go for that standing ovation, and he slipped out because he knew it was coming.
yep, he said, screw that. He got out of harm's way, and Joe Hendry's right there.
And oh my God, right into the steel post.
That's a difference maker right there.
He went head first, right between the eyes.
Janela calling to end Joe Hendry here. Both men battle, teetering on the apron. Hendry holding on to that top rope. He slips back into the ring. Headbutt. Three consecutive headbutts by Joe Hendry.
And Janela barely holding on.
And he hip tosses Janela back in the ring.
Could be that standing ovation. Nope.
That's a nice move by Janela.
You know what that
DDT.
is, though? That's a desperation
Yes.
DDT is what that is.
Desperation, but smart. Nice Death Valley driver by Joey Janela. Hooks the leg here, and it's not enough. Joe Hendry still has a couple of tunes left in him. Joey Janela now. He may be getting a little frisky here. He's up on the top rope, looking to put Hendry away.
Rolls through.
Oh, Hendry possibly going for a power bomb, but Janela rolled through with that head scissors and a super kick. Quickly goes for the cover. And Hendry gets the right shoulder up. Janela almost had what I would consider an upset victory here.
Don't let him hear you say that.
I'm sure he's heard me say worse. As Janela back up, Henry rolls to the apron. Point of the elbow right into Hendry's forehead. Both guys are now back on the apron, trading knife-edge chops.
God.
Ooh! Janela went right for the throat as Hendry
DDT on
comes
the
back
apron.
with
Wow.
a DDT right on the
He
apron.
planted it right on his forehead. Hendry now off the ropes.
Big pop-up power bomb by Joe Hendry. Goes for the cover.
Oh.
And Janela.
I'll tell you what, Janela is not making it easy for Joe Hendry. I said Hendry, he's got a lot of irons in the fire, could very well be a champion in TNA next month, but you know Nick Nemeth is going to hear about this if he's not watching right now. Scouting his opponent at Bound for Glory. What a win for Janela it would be if he could beat Joe Hendry here tonight.
Absolutely. Hendry now, he was looking for something, but Janela quickly back to his feet.
Yeah, whatever it was.
He put Hendry down.
Hendry trying to get that second wind.
Big forearm. Big uppercut by Joey Janela. As Hendry now starting to feed off this New York City crowd. Oh, Janela with a forearm. And a huge knife edge shot by Joe Hendry levels Janela. Janela comes back with a forearm of his own, but Hendry did not go down.
He's got a smile on his face.
Yes, he does. Big clothesline turns Janela inside out. Could we be looking for that standing ovation? He's calling for it. There he goes, and down. Janela floats over. 1, 2, and Hendry gets the victory here tonight.
Come on, JD, sing the song, JD.
Nobody wants to hear me sing. Joe Hendry victorious tonight.
Well, I think everybody believes now if they didn't before.
So unbelievable to have Joe Hendry here at the NYC Arena. So grateful to call one of his matches, and we may be looking at the brand new TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
What a wild night it has been here at the NYC Arena. Never a dull moment, and we are far from over. We still have 3 championship matches coming your way. But right now, it's time to find out who will be challenging Nick Nemeth at HOG Salvation.
Darkstar! Darkstar!
Talk. What's up?
Are you ready? I brought the videographer.
Let me get some water real quick. Hang on to this.
Yeah, sure. Whoa! Oh, it's heavier than I thought. Didn't expect to work out dressed like this.
Let me take that out of your hands.
Please, please. So, by the way, excellent job in Chicago. You executed my instructions impeccably. And that thick-headed Samoan, Zilla Fatu, he fell right into our hands. I knew that he couldn't resist granting you a title shot after you ruined his big match with Mustafa Ali.
Zilla Fatu, the main one. I am the main reason he's even the champion in the first place. Don't forget, I knocked Carlos the Shadow Ramirez's entire block off in that match.
Oh, I'll never forget that. And so, Sunday, September 29th, at HOG Believe in the Glory, it will be the lame one.
I like that. I like that.
You see what I did
I gotta
there?
remember that one.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Zilla Fatu will be defending the HOG Crown Jewel Championship against the Dark Star, Idris Jackson. And you know, people say that Zilla Fatu is some kind of wrestling prodigy. Well, I say he was born yesterday into this business. And no amount of natural ability can stand up against the finely honed technical acumen of the Dark Star.
I've had more birthdays than Zilla Fatu has had matches. And on the 29th, I, the Dark Star Idris Jackson, am walking out your new crown jewel champion.
Because to know the good is to do the good.
I mean it.
As our star-studded spectacular continues, with this next battle set for one fall, let us bring HOG Crown Championship.
Take you back to high intensity. It was La Sombra, Carlos Ramirez, defending the Crown Jewel title against Zillafat 2 when Dr. Hillary P. Wisdom gets up on the apron. And then you'll see here, boom, right to the back of the head, the Dark Star, Idris Jackson, blasting La Sombra. That would lead to Zillafat 2 winning the Crown Jewel title. And from there, it was on to Chicago, where, again, Idris Jackson getting involved in Zillafat 2's business, interfering in a great match between he and Mustafa Ali, laying a beat down on both men, and this has led the match that we have here tonight.
Well, this is not going to be an easy night for Idris Jackson. Look at that. Imagine having to look across the ring at that man. I don't envy the Dark Star.
Zillafat 2 is certainly making a name for himself, and quite rapidly. He's the HOG Crown Jewel champion. Zillafat 2 has had an amazing 2024 so far. Two of his matches out of 29, Jason, right here in House of Glory. Last month in Chicago might have been the biggest one of them all against Mustafa Ali. But again, thanks to that man in the ring, we went to a no contest. But what a match that was.
Yeah, that man right there with that dictionary in his hand, conspicuous by his absence. Apparently he was teaching his one mandatory class. I just don't understand why you would want to pick a fight with Zillafat 2. It just doesn't make any sense.
I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what he thinks is going to happen here. I don't know what's in that book where apparently he thinks he's got the recipe and the knowledge to beat Zillafat 2. I don't know.
I mean, look, taking nothing away from Idris Jackson. We've seen his work in LPW, HOG. He's very talented. But to say that he's biting off more than he can chew, I think would be an understatement. But he's being egged on by that guy over there. Look at that clown.
Yes, Doc, please continue talking trash to Zillafat 2. I'd love to see what the ramifications are of that. Zillafat 2 has made it very well known what his end goal is. Made his wrestling debut in July of 2023 in Booker T's Reality of Wrestling. He's actually trained Zilla, has Booker. Made headlines, impressed many in his first match. And he's adopted that dreaded Samoan spike has his finish from his late great father, Umaga. The main one, and Idris.
Well, Zilla Fatu still really in the infancy of his title run here. Over 60 days so far. Came into HOG, very first match, he walked out with gold. That doesn't happen very often.
No.
Oh. I don't think that was so smart. Referee's going to have his hands full here. Referee Carson Zach, I don't envy him here in this match. You mentioned, of course, the son of the late Umaga, part of that bloodline. We see them every week on TV. That family is so rich in history here in this business. And right now, Zilla still making a name for himself.
Kick to the midsection by Idris, and he still has control of that side headlock as Zilla trying to do his best to release that hold.
Yeah.
But Zilla, obviously the much larger of the two, much more powerful. Went for that side headlock takedown.
He looked like he was trying to take him over, and that did not work.
Ooh, what an elbow. Almost took Idris' head off.
Jackson is a...
What a side headlock takedown.
You don't see a side headlock like that very often. But, you know, look, Jackson, former LPW heavyweight champion, has a win over Paul London, which is very impressive. I don't know if you saw his little detour to the playground with Dr. Hillary P. Wisdom, but he made an interesting comment just to tell you where his head is at. Jackson said that he's had more birthdays than Zilla Fatu has had matches.
But it still doesn't answer the question as to why they are targeting the HOG Crown Jewel champion.
Well, because they want the title.
Belly to belly suplex there by Zilla.
That's all the doctor is obsessed with, is winning gold here in House of Glory.
Zilla goes right into the top turnbuckles. Idris now in control of that knife edge chop. Throwing a Samoan into the top turnbuckle head first, Idris is not going to work. Maybe we should consult Doc on that strategy.
Not very. I think that's on page 678 of the book that he has in his hand right now.
As Zilla throws Idris right into the top turnbuckle. That was effective. Zilla now Irish whip. Idris up and over. Kick to the midsection. And a DDT. That was nicely executed. But Zilla is right back up as Idris has his back turned to the champ. Into the corner as Doc on the outside sweating. Big knife edge chop right across the neck. And it looks like Doc may have bitten off a little more than he can chew tonight. Hooks the leg. And Idris is still alive.
He looks like he's about to have a heart attack out there.
Already, we're not even 5 minutes in yet.
I so hope he gets in Zilla's way at some point during this match. It'd be a shame if something happened to him.
We saw, oh my God. Oh!
And it looked like his...
I was about to say, we saw Miracle Generation earlier. That would be a miracle, but it will be a miracle also if Zilla is still alive after that.
Well, I mean,
holy cow.
It looked like that his foot may have caught the top rope on the way down.
And like we say every month here, there is little to zero padding on the outside there, and we just heard Zilla's body hit the hardwood floor, and now he goes ribs first across the barricade.
Jackson, he senses it. He senses an opening.
This is the opening he needed. Doc now controlling his project on the outside.
Now, I hate to give the devil his due here, but you can hear Dr. Wisdom telling him, get him back in the ring. You cannot win the title outside. Get him back in the ring. Oh, we may have a figure four around the ring post. This is a Bret Hart move.
It's definitely a Bret Hart move. And those are just no regular steel posts, ladies and gentlemen. There is jagged steel there. You see an extra piece of metal there hanging off.
It's all rusted. I mean, you don't want your flesh to be pressed up against that. It doesn't feel too good.
Oh, Idris now in control. Now Doc's got a smile on his face. Zilla blocks that right hand with one of his own. Trying to fight back here. Headbutt. Ooh, that's a nice move by Idris. Drop kick right to the knee. After we just saw that figure four across the steel post, Idris now is looking to further inflict punishment on those legs and the lower extremities there, Jason.
Smart strategy, you know, whatever it takes. Take the big man off his feet.
Trying to pull the knee out of its socket there, my goodness. Zilla, an HOG favorite. He's a favorite wherever he goes. Those big right hands. Irish whip. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this clown. Right, he didn't even give a damn. Right in front of the referee.
He's flaunting it. He's happy with himself.
Idris goes for a cover there. After the momentary distraction there by Doc.
You know, it makes my day darker to see a smile on his face. Am I the only one who feels this way?
No, you don't. You're not the only one that feels that way.
I'll tell you what, though, you know, we have not seen Zilla Fatu in too many matches here in House of Glory so far. This right here is the most dominant that anybody has been over him in any of the matches that he's had so far.
Took that title away from Carlos Ramirez. Went toe-to-toe with Mustafa Ali in Chicago with that clothesline. Right down goes Idris. It was all about making Zilla the main one. That's what Ali wanted to pull out of him. Why are you the main one? Were you just another one? Zilla proved him wrong. And again, Idris is targeting that knee. This is a very smart move by Idris Jackson as Zilla misses that step up in Seguri. And Idris now going for a proper figure four leg lock, it appears. Or a leg lock of some sort.
It's hard to tell. I don't know if it's an Indian death lock or a figure four leg lock, but whatever it is, Zilla's in a lot of pain right now.
These fingertips away from the ropes.
Yeah, he's close, but not close enough.
As Zilla trying to get the NYC crowd, the HOG faithful back involved here. That's a smart move by Idris. He floated over, reversed it. As Zilla's crawling desperately to get to that bottom rope, but Doc is right there, and he does. And Idris is working the referee's 5 count. Smart of him. God, can you imagine a House of Glory with Doc holding the Crown Jewel Championship? My God, I don't know what's worse, that or Mason holding the World Championship. Imagine a world where we get both.
Well, look at this. Idris Jackson setting up for what may be a Superman punch. And this crowd doesn't like it. There it is.
He got it, but Zilla's still on his feet. He delivers another one, and Zilla still doesn't go down.
And a third one takes him down finally to a knee.
My God, are you serious? That's what he gets. Pop up! Samoan drop by Zilla. And that is the separation he needs, Jason.
One thing you do not want to do, you do not want to mock the family.
No.
That is not going to end well. My God, I mean, if Idris Jackson wins this championship, we're never going to hear the end of it, are we?
Zilla up first. Delivers that knife edge chop, and now both guys going back and forth. Idris with a kick to the midsection. Zilla goes down, but not long. Clothesline down, and another one. Idris misses that clothesline. Zilla just throws his body weight at Idris. Big shoulder tackle. He goes down on Dragon Twist into a tilt-a-whirl slam. Zilla now climbing the top turnbuckle. Could be looking for that Uso splash, and that's exactly what he does. Nails it perfectly. And Idris, he gets that left shoulder up, and he's still alive in this HOG Crown Jewel Championship match. Zilla now calling for that Samoan spike. Signature of his father, Umaga, now adopted by Solo Sikoa. He goes for the spike.
Look who's on the apron.
But he sees the dock.
Look who's on the apron.
He threw Idris down because he wants to do...
Oh, yeah.
The Samoan spike to the dock. He gets a headbutt for his troubles. Goodbye.
Well,
Idris from behind.
Wait a minute.
Foot on the ropes.
Oh, my God. Jackson takes him back down. Another figure four. Oh, my God.
No. Idris again went for that figure four leg lock.
Referee Carson Zach took a horrible bump out of the ring.
Zilla goes for that spike, missed. Double clothesline, both men are down. No referee, and the doc ate a headbutt.
I mean, just literally bumped into those ropes. Looks like it knocked him for a loop and just fell to the floor. And now we got no referee. We have a championship on the line and no referee.
Zilla once again calling for that Samoan spike. He hits that. It may be all she wrote for Idris Jackson.
Wait a minute. Jackson.
Oh, wow!
He had something in his hand.
What is that?
I can't tell from here. Whatever it was, he just put it in his tights.
He countered the Samoan spike and flew right at Zilla, but...
I think Zilla's out.
There is no referee. Who's... Wait a minute. What is going on here?
Oh, not like this.
Oh, my God. Thank God. Thank God.
And Zilla kicks out at 2.5. I mean, just instant.
Well, keep your eye on the outside. I thought I saw someone jump the barricade.
I had my eyes on the old doc over there. He put the referee back in the ring.
That's exactly what it was. Who was that? Oh, my God! That's Carlos Ramirez! Holy cow! Did you see that shot? Is he pissed or what? He's chasing the doc out of the building! Good night, Idris! 1, 2, 3! We've been calling matches here for almost 6 years. I've never seen a chair shot like that to anybody in this building ever.
I think we may need some help in the ring for Idris Jackson. That was absolutely brutal. I mean, that was scary.
Hey, if you don't think Carlos Ramirez has a mission to get that title back and get back at Doc and Idris.
Well, for the second time, though, we have seen somebody take a chair shot to the back of the head, and Zilla Fatu had no idea. But he took full advantage, and he is still the Crown Jewel champion.
I mean, they have to peel Idris Jackson off of the ring mat, and he needs some serious assistance back.
I mean, did you see that impact? That is a man pissed off at the world.
Idris just collapsed on the stage. Regardless, Zilla Fatu is still the HOG Crown Jewel champion.
I mean, look, Carlos Ramirez was already one of the scariest men I've ever met. I didn't think it was possible. He's even more terrifying now than he was before. Imagine him with a chair in his hand.
Zilla's holding up a replica WWE Championship. I see great things in his future, including that. But right now, he's got the HOG Crown Jewel Championship. And as it stands right now, it doesn't look like anyone's taking that title off of him. And we still got 2 championship matches still to come. Megan Bayne defends against Lena Cross, and Mike Santana has an open challenge. Who answers the call?
Joe Hendry, you made your House of Glory debut, defeating Joey Janela. Quite a way to make your place here in the New York City scene. What are your thoughts on the match, and what could be next for you at House of Glory? Do you want to come down?
This is the first ever independent wrestling show in New York I've ever done. I remember I came here in 2011, but I was just dreaming it all in my head. I stood in Times Square, and I was able to come back. But this time, for House of Glory, the fans have been unbelievable. This is one of the best promotions I've ever wrestled for, quite frankly, because this crowd are unbelievable. Joey Janela, he's done a lot in this industry, but right now, I am on the run of a lifetime. And New York City, just like everywhere else in the world, was left chanting, "We
believe."
Believe in the glory continues with this next match set for one fall. It is for the House of Glory Women's Championship.
What an opportunity here tonight for Lena Cross, making her House of Glory debut from Perth, Australia. 7 years in-ring experience. Jason ranked number 92 in the PWI Top 250 Females list for 2023. She's made a name for herself both in her home country and internationally, and tonight she has a very daunting task to take that title tonight off of Megan Bayne.
Absolutely a rising star on the Australian independent scene. This is our first look at Lena Cross, and it will not be easy.
No. Megan Bayne, 26 years old. She is our HOG Women's Champion. 65 days and counting right now as HOG Women's Champion. Jason, there's been 6 HOG Women's Champions in company history. You're looking at the 7th. It wasn't an easy road to get that championship to begin with, as she had to go through not only Ultraviolet, but her apprentice, Diamond Virago.
Diamond Virago. Hey, look, 671 days. Violet held on to that championship. And Megan Bayne was finally able to end that very impressive streak. Calls herself the Goddess of Glory. Just beat Matt Cardona last weekend in GCW. So man or woman,
it doesn't matter.
No one is safe from the Megasis.
All the cool kids on social media talk about aura.
Well,
look at that entrance.
She's got it in spades. Look, you and me were in Chicago at the beginning of this month. Very good match against Kylie Rae, also making her HOG debut that night. And now looking to notch another win. Now, this is very interesting because you see the size. Lena Cross, 6 feet tall. So, size-wise, maybe a little bit of an edge for the challenger tonight.
The two women lock up now. Center of the ring.
For those who don't know a whole lot about Lena Cross, started watching wrestling as a child. Thought that it was an impossible dream until she saw Tennille Dashwood, or Emma from WWE, another Australian native, make her way over to the United States, wrestling on TV. That's what opened her eyes to the fact that one day she could do that very same thing.
And waist lock go behind there by Lena. Reversal after reversal after reversal after reversal. Look at this. Neither woman could get the advantage on the other. As Lena Cross now tries for that side headlock. Successful in doing so, and she takes down the champion. And Megan Bayne quickly with the head scissors, and we're back up. Another headlock takeover. Wow, and there's that size advantage issue. You mentioned it just a moment ago. It does look like Lena does have the size advantage on Megan Bayne, as we are at a stalemate here.
Again, very different dynamic from what we had in the match earlier this month with Kylie Rae, who was the smaller of the two. Not the case here tonight.
Bayne off the ropes and nothing there on that shoulder attack.
Well, but again, like we've said, Megan Bayne, she's been in the ring with men, women, it doesn't matter. So she's been in the ring with people bigger than her. We've got a stalemate here between these two ladies.
What a sight as both women are.
Who's going to blink first?
By testing one another in that middle of the ring. Now Lena shoved Megan Bayne back a few feet there. And look at that. The challenger finally gets the advantage over the champion. Irish whip now into the corner. Megan Bayne explodes out of the corner with a shoulder tackle of her own. And right into the midsection with those shoulder tackles. Big knife edge chop. Irish whip out of the corner. It's Megan Bayne trying to feed off this unbelievable crowd tonight. At the NYC Arena, big stinger splash by Megan Bayne. Double under arm suplex.
I mean, look, there's a reason they call her the Megasis. She will throw you around that ring like nothing.
The ropes. Big splash by the champ. Hooks the leg. And Cross kicks out as she very wisely rolls us to the outside.
And it's very interesting, I've been in the locker room before some of her matches that she's had here. She is laser focused. I mean, she's off in the corner. She's just staring straight ahead. She's all business. For a kick, did not work.
Cross blocks that now.
Electric chair.
Ooh, chest first right across the ring apron. And that's exactly what Cross needed here if she hopes to win that women's championship. Lena Cross has wrestled in Japan, notably for the Sendai Girls Pro Wrestling. She made her debut and teamed with Aja Kong. So spent significant time in Japan. As she continues to just ram Megan Bayne's back right into the ring apron. Lena Cross made her debut in the UK for Progress Wrestling. Oh my goodness. As Megan Bayne, oh my God, an Irish whip that nearly took the steel barricade off of its hinges.
Lifted off the ground 6 inches. How often do we see that? A flying guardrail.
That certainly got her excited. My God.
I think it got this entire crowd excited.
And the champion is in serious trouble here. 2 count, and Megan Bayne kicks out, but Lena Cross did not hook the leg there. Big jumping boot right to the back of the neck. Another cover. Kind of showboating there to the NYC faithful here.
Oh, very impressive so far by Lena Cross. Again, we didn't know too much about her coming into this match. First time seeing her here at the NYC Arena. But she is punishing Megan Bayne in a way that we have not seen so far. A standout on the independent scene. Hey, you want to make a name for yourself. Winning the Women's Championship would go pretty far in doing that. As
they're trying to come back here, whatever she can.
Firing away, not too much on those shots.
Off the ropes. Cross right there. Around and around we go.
Slam.
Beautifully done. Hooks the leg. And only a 2 count as
put a little something extra on that.
She did. And it's smart. After Bayne went into the barricade.
She's still favoring that back. I mean, she's got that hand on that lower back.
She hasn't lost focus of that lower back. First it was the apron shot, slamming the champion on the apron, and then right into the barricade. And then that sidewalk slam. Referee being very lenient with the rules here. Hair pull, down, cover. 2 count.
And this is for the House of Glory Women's Championship. We still yet to come have the HOG World Title on the line. Open challenge coming up next. Who will answer that open challenge? We will find out soon.
Cross. What a big jumping kick there as Megan Bayne just falls to the mat. Cross with the cover here. Only a 2 count.
And I mean, it's obvious. I mean, she wants to win that championship by any means necessary. Frequent covers. Every single time she hits a big offensive move, immediately covers the champion.
Now she's working that arm bar. All her body weight right across the lower neck of Megan Bayne. Megan Bayne now trying to battle back. She gets back to a vertical base here. Fights out of it. Cross is reeling from those right hands, and a big headbutt.
Wicked headbutt. Well, both women had the same idea.
Nobody goes down after that double clothesline. Bayne off the ropes, eats that super kick. She goes down to 1 knee. Bayne with a jumping clothesline, and that took Lena Cross off her feet. Right back up, though. Exploder suplex by the champion. And another one. Calling for one more. Fall away slam by Megan Bayne. And she quickly goes for cover here.
Could be it. Nope. 2 count only.
Lena Cross still has a lot of fight left in her, only a 2 count.
Well, I mean, that's an unfamiliar position for Lena. She's been in control for the majority of this match, which I got to tell you, surprises me. I was not expecting that coming into this. stopping that suplex attempt. Ooh. Wow, what a hook kick.
Irish whip. Champion reverses. Big splash in the corner. Far side. She rushes in, misses that splash. Another kick right to the jaw by Cross. German suplex. But Megan Bayne.
Pop right up.
Oh, my God.
Folded her up.
Where she got that from, I don't know.
Look out now.
Big sit-out powerbomb by Bayne. Cover. And only a 2 counts. And in frustration, Jason,
I believe
throw her headband down.
Well, I believe this is what you call second gear that we are seeing from these ladies now. Up on the shoulders. Could be that F5. Nope.
Big power bomb by Cross. Wow.
And they are throwing everything at each other here, and nothing is working.
What a championship match here. First time for a lot of people seeing Lena Cross making her HOG debut, and she has been super impressive tonight.
Very impressive, absolutely, very impressive. But she's going to have to make it back up to her feet if she wants to walk out of here with that title. I don't think anybody wants to see a double countout.
Both women trying to get some breath back into those lungs. Lena's up first. Megan Bayne follows. But Megan Bayne put a lot of extra sauce on that one.
Blocked, and now Megan firing off those shots.
Cross. What a knee lift! Wow. Hooks the leg! Wow! She thought that was it. And Megan Bayne got that left shoulder up. And this is the level of competition that you're going to continue to get in the women's division every single month here at House of Glory. Women from all over the globe want a piece at that title.
There's that F5.
That's beautiful right there.
We've seen her use that before.
Perfectly executed. And Lena Cross is still somehow alive in this championship match.
I don't know how, but Lena Cross just keeps finding ways. At some point, you'll run out of gas.
Megan Bayne tried for that suplex from the outside in, but Lena had other things on her mind. She dropped down. Megan scraped over the top rope. Missed that big Butas cross. Megan Bayne now with that extra leverage. Slingshot suplex back into the ring. Rolls her over, hooks the leg. I don't believe it. I don't know what else to say.
I love it. I think it's great. I just don't understand how she's able to keep kicking out of this.
Megan Bayne now pointing to the top rope. What does she have planned here? Champion maybe taking it to the air.
Lena's right there to cut her off. Lena Cross going to follow her up to the top. And Megan Bayne trying to fight her way out of this predicament. And Lena says, I don't think so. Could be a superplex. That's exactly what it is.
Unbelievable move. Well, that took just as much out of Lena as it did Megan.
She could just drape her arm over. But I think she got hurt on that just as much as Megan did.
She did. Both women are down. I don't know how effective that was for Lena Cross, as she's just now trying to slowly crawl over to the champion to maybe make a cover. Megan Bayne's rolling away. Both women have given it their all. This has been a war for the HOG Women's Championship.
Like a war of attrition between these two.
Look at this. After all that we've seen, look at this.
It's like, bring it on. Give me the best you got.
Oh.
Paintbrush. Right back at you.
Self-explanatory. Look at this. Ooh, what an elbow by Bayne. Cross now, full head of steam. Wow. Making Shinsuke Nakamura happy with that one. As Cross now has Bayne in a position on the top. Cutter. Hooks the leg. And Megan Bayne is still alive.
Wow.
What does Cross have to do to put the champion away?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what. There's a recurring theme tonight. We saw it with Miracle Generation. We saw it with Fuego del Sol. We're seeing it now with Lena Cross. First time ever in this building, and they are showing up and showing out tonight. Unbelievable performance here by the challenger.
You know, you hiring those HOG talent scouts are, you know, doing a pretty damn good job as Megan Bayne with the spear. Hooks the leg. Wow, barely. That's instinctual right there.
Barely. And I mean barely. Got that shoulder up. It's like we always say, look, we're scouting the world. Lena was a known commodity in Australia, not so much here in the States, but we've got our eyes everywhere. Now Megan Bayne, she may be setting up for the kill. We've seen her use this before.
Cross again countered.
That's how she won the championship.
Ooh, big jumping kick there by Lena Cross. Cutter hooks the leg. I don't believe this may be one of the best women's championship matches that we see all year.
Find me one that's more competitive than the one we're seeing right now. Neither woman wants to quit. Every single time that you think that we have reached the conclusion of this match, they prove us wrong. Lena setting up maybe for a pile driver.
Back body drop reversed by Megan Bayne. Big flying clothesline.
Oh, she feels it. This could be it.
Oh, that is gotta be it. Hooks the leg, and Megan Bayne is successful here tonight. commissioner has gone to attend to some HOG business. I'm now joined by Sam Laterna. Sam, I don't know if you've seen a championship match in this building like that one tonight, but my God, Lena Cross made a name for herself with this crowd.
Oh, she certainly did. I was not all that familiar with her work, but seeing her in here, it was evident that she wanted that HOG women's title. But tonight, Megasis wanted to retain more than Cross wanted to win. I think the only match that I would say could rival this in the history of Hog, Masha Slamovich versus Ultraviolet.
Yes.
We'll have to maybe do a watch along and a compare and contrast.
But Megan Bayne, still the HOG Women's Champion. Who will step up next and put the champion to the test? October 18th is when we'll be back here at the NYC Arena.
The most electric, perhaps the most red-hot star in all of professional wrestling at this moment.
We are moments away from finding out who will answer Mike Santana's World's Heavyweight Championship Open Challenge. But there is someone else who has their eye on the gold. At high intensity, Raheem Royal won the Matt Travis Memorial Battle Royal, earning him a shot at any championship anytime he chooses. It was a massive opportunity for House of Glory's Rookie of the Year, but in a shocking move, he decided to hand the contract over to his boss, Charles Mason.
I can take that from you right now if I want to. But it doesn't be too easy. I want you to live in fear. I want you to look over your shoulder every day. Know that. Well, I can take that from you. So when you disrespect, I will be the House of Glory World Heavyweight Champion.
Charles Mason and the Cold-Blooded Killers put a target on Mike Santana, but the champion may have some weight off his shoulders following the news of Charles Mason's arrest. Not much is known about the charges at this time, but with Mason's wealth and connections, it's likely he'll be back on the streets sooner rather than later. Either way, Santana can now enter this match focused on his challenger, and we are about to learn who that is right now.
House of Glory has lined them up, and they've all fallen. And here is Commissioner Solomon. That is factual information from our commissioner.
Yeah, can't really argue that.
This man has taken on every comer this year and has had an incredible year. And over the last 24 hours, my phone has been blown up with people who wanted to accept this open challenge. And I think I have found a man worthy of stepping into the ring with Mike Santana. He is a man no stranger to this city and no stranger to championships. And right now, I would like to introduce to you the man challenging Mike Santana.
Ooh, who's it gonna be?
World champion.
has so many championships. If I list them all right now, we'd be here for another 4 hours.
Powered by Flight, this is your House of Glory Wrestling Believe in Your Glory featuring Battle of the Evening. There will be an open challenge match set for one fall. And it is for the House of Glory World Heavyweight Championship. We will also have the main event featuring the official figure Samuel Carl. And now, the combatants who they set for battle. Introducing first, to my left, the man answering tonight's open challenge comes to us from Elizabeth, New Jersey. Weighing in at 230 pounds, the challenger, Jay Lethal. And now, champion Queens, his opponent, across the ring to my right, out of the Bronx, New York. Holding a visual weight of 235 pounds, he is your current reigning and defending House of Glory Heavyweight Champion of the world, Mike Santana.
There is absolutely nothing like a Mike Santana main event match for House of Glory in this building. He's held that championship since December, or won it in December. And the list of opponents that have stepped up to try and take that off of him include Psycho Clown, Pentagon Jr., Josh Alexander, The Amazing Red, which is probably one of the best matches of the entire year, JT Dunn, Matt Riddle, Alex Shelley, Steve Macklin. Am I forgetting anybody?
Well, not to mention Dijak.
Last month in Chicago, yep.
And now tonight, Jay Lethal.
Jay Lethal, who is a two-time Ring of Honor World Champion, two-time Ring of Honor World Television Champion, six-time TNA X Division Champion, Ring of Honor Pure Champion.
The list can just go on.
Tag Team Champion.
And on.
TNA World Tag Team Champion.
I think we get the point, JD. But Lethal, no doubt, a very highly decorated professional wrestler, one of the standard bearers of Ring of Honor in its formative years. But in that same token, we have Mike Santana, who was one of the standard bearers here in House of Glory's formative years, and obviously our current, franchise champion. And I think they're kind of just feeling it out right now, getting the crowd involved. I think the longer they wait, the more this crowd is on the edge of their seats. This arena is going to come unglued for this match, JD.
Now, what does this do? We know how successful Mike Santana has been. He's accepted all challenges.
He has.
He's overcome so much to be where he is today. What does he do going into this match, knowing that he has Jay Lethal staring across from him on the opposite side of that ring? How do you even approach someone as decorated as Jay Lethal?
Well, I think for Lethal specifically, you've really got to go pound for pound, quickness for quickness with him. He is an all-arounder in the sense that there is really nothing that he cannot physically tackle in that ring, but so too is Santana. Kind of a newly minted heavyweight, shall we say, right? For a very long time, maybe considered a welterweight, shall we say? I don't know. I don't know the terminology. I don't watch MMA. But what I'm saying is Santana's put on quite a bit of weight, so he's got a bit of a size differential on Lethal, and he's got that background, that lucha background. But I think Santana's got to keep his eye on the prize, and that's, of course, retaining the title. But, JD, you did say Santana has overcome quite a bit in his life, right? So going through a serious injury that could have been career-ending, going through all he's gone through in his private life to come back to wrestling, is a title match really going to be all that difficult for a man who's overcome all that?
You do have a point.
Right? There's wrestling, and then there's life outside of wrestling, and Santana's had a hard road to toe in that
You wrap
sense.
that up into one big package, and Mike Santana has been quite the influence over not only everybody here professionally, but if you are a fan of what we do here for this great sport, Mike Santana has been quite the influence everywhere.
Yeah, not to mention in the New York City scene when he was coming up at TNA, then at AEW, now back at TNA. He has so much respect and so much skin in the game, but so does Jay Lethal in the Northeast too. You know, Jersey boy, as we said. They both came up together, no doubt. They've had, you know, matches in tag team competition, but as far as I know, this is the first time I'm seeing them in singles competition on the indies.
Mike Santana now back with TNA for a second time, obviously as a singles competitor. No doubt in my mind that he will be TNA World Champion at some point in his run there.
Certainly, I'd imagine that is a goal of Santana's. Yes. He had told me he came back to TNA with something to prove. He made that his home when he came back to wrestling after overcoming that knee injury, and he's been on quite the tear. Just went head-to-head with Dango in a salacious street fight. There was blood involved, as you would imagine. I hope there's no blood involved in this match, though. Oh, wow, the velocity!
And there's Mike Santana's strength. He has transformed himself not only personally, but aesthetically as well. He looks unbelievable, the best shape of his life. Jay Lethal, cartwheel into the drop kick.
See, this is what I'm talking about, though. These two can go tit for tat with each other. You can go from, you know, delivering power moves to having these agile lucha-style moves come into play as well with both of them.
Jay Lethal is uber confident here tonight.
An homage to the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Of course, he tagged with Ric Flair in one of Flair's final matches.
Now with Jeff Jarrett in AEW.
Yes.
You talk about underutilized. If you look in the dictionary at the definition of underutilized, I think you'll see Jay Lethal's name right there. He's looking for a breakout performance. He's looking for championship gold that hasn't come in AEW.
Not yet, at least. And to say the least, having the House of Glory championship around your belt and taking that back to AEW, that is a title that is respected across the independent wrestling scene. This is a promotion, frankly, that has the respect of the independent wrestling scene.
Stalemate in the corner there as referee gets in between them. Mike Santana says, get out of my way.
The two lock up again, these two bulls going head to head. Santana jockeying for position here, but Lethal countering. Let's see.
Strength of Santana, they're just trying to break that hold.
Got to use those hips, and he did. And now back on him. He's got to have something planned here. What's he trying to do from behind on Jay Lethal? Pushes him off the ropes. Little float over there. Beautiful into a pin.
That's a beautiful move by Santana. Look. Crucifix there by Jay Lethal, only gets a 2.
And now, oh, beautiful Mahi Straw there. Moves like a cruiserweight, is a heavyweight. Santana is a freak of nature, an athletic freak of nature. I mean that as a compliment.
Now, is it possible that someone like Jay Lethal, as decorated as Jay Lethal, as accomplished as Jay Lethal is, what is he thinking when he sees Mike Santana go sequence for sequence with him like that? Is he caught off guard by that, knowing that Santana was a tag team wrestler most of his career?
You know, I don't necessarily know that he would be caught off guard, but maybe underestimating Mike Santana in a singles capacity as opposed to what he likely knew him best as in tag team. But this is a part of the reason that Santana chose to come back as a singles competitor, to prove everybody, including to himself, that he can flourish in singles. And, you know, we've seen it here at Hog as the champion, and we've seen it at TNA. I think he's proven everybody wrong. What's your take on that?
I agree with you. I think Mike Santana, I think the doubters, there are many doubters of Mike Santana. I keep coining the phrase, don't sleep on Mike Santana. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Mike Santana, don't realize what he's capable of, didn't realize how great of a professional wrestler he was, even in that tag team with Ortiz. He's showing everybody, and I think that actually does fuel him. It's making him better month by month.
Oh, it does. Santana 100% working out of the spite of the naysayers. He's also just got so much... Oh, what's this?
Back elbow by Santana. Lethal, though, drops down, pulls Santana outside, ducks that clothesline.
Uh-oh, precarious situation on the outside.
Yeah. He blocks that steel post shot. Lethal blocks his.
That's that veteran experience right there, dodging that post. Neither of them want to feel metal to skin, at least their own.
This has been incredibly even so far. And we've seen some chaos on the outside here tonight already.
Yeah, this was quite the night going into October 18th, full steam ahead. Especially as we approach the end of the year. I think this has been a very prosperous year for House of Glory. We found ourselves in Chicago, right? In the Boston area. I'm sure we'll be in a couple of other places.
We'll be back in Chicago, January 18th.
Yay. And that's confirmed?
That is confirmed.
Amazing. I'll put that in my calendar. But now on the
I wish I didn't have to confirm the weather, but I mean.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna have two parkas on. Chicago is windy, but okay, Jay Lethal.
What is he planning here?
Our visibility is limited. We don't have monitors, but.
Oh my God, I don't know what happened there, but it looked like an overhead suplex on the outside. And all I heard was a body hit the hardwood floor on the outside.
Yeah, I heard a thud, and then undoubtedly Jay Lethal just put all of his energy into whatever that was. You at home, you guys know what it is. Let us know. No, just kidding. This isn't live. But nevertheless, we wish that we could say more in this moment, but the crowd, they're just zealously around Lethal and Santana. And now it appears that Lethal has gotten up.
The first 4 rows, 5 rows are sold out here. Finally, both men are back up.
And then,
or at least Jay Lethal is anyway.
He is. Giuseppe DiCaro, our referee, trying to establish some order here. Maybe get him away from Santana, who it appears is still on the ground. Now DiCaro appears to be checking on him. I certainly hope he's okay. As you said earlier, that knee is always something in the back of any opponent's mind, I think, with Santana. Such a prominent injury.
It might be something else. We don't know. We can't see anything. As Lethal now rolls himself back into the ring. As the match comes to a momentary stop.
I don't know how smart it is for Jay Lethal to be in the ring when he's supposed to be out there beating down his opponent, but the referee, right? The referee is the law in the ring, and he was urging him to stand back.
There's an eerie hush now over this HOG crowd. Santana is being assisted by the referee now.
As always in any professional wrestling match, these men and women do assume the risk that of going for physical harm. I don't know. Something doesn't feel right here.
No.
Something doesn't feel right. Because Santana, he is a competitor, a fighter, ultra resilient, and it seems like he potentially cannot get to his feet in this moment.
Referee finally backs Jay Lethal away. Santana does not look fit to continue this match.
Ultimately, our official will have to make this call, but I think that Santana pretty adamant right now about continuing the match. I don't know if this is in his best interest. If he chooses to continue in the state that he's in, his odds of retaining are significantly lowered.
We know one thing about Santana: no matter what is ailing him, you have to basically kill him in the middle of that ring to take that title off of him.
So it's that left leg. I think that because he's favoring his right. Could it be that knee? He did also tell me earlier that he was encountering some issues with his hip.
What is?
Oh no!
Whoa! Mike Santana is telling the referee, don't call the match off, as these two now are going blow for blow.
Mike Santana fighting through the pain. And now
You see the sweat jumping off both bodies.
Chopping the bejesus out of Lethal, sending him off, but Santana unable to run the rope.
Oh my God, what a drop kick right to the face by Jay Lethal.
Oh, this is hard to watch.
This is not good.
This
Santana
is.
immediately clutching his knee, and it's that left knee.
Heaven forbid that he's re-injured or even aggravated that previously injured knee. What a way for this to end if that were the case.
I hope this is not the case. I hope.
No. And look at Lethal, no qualms about beating down a man who's already going through a tough time here.
He knows his prey is wounded, and he's ready to pounce.
Oh, yes.
And the end result is he's going to feast, and that is going to result in an HOG World Championship.
Yes, like cover. Santana with a feeble kick out there. Jay Lethal smelling blood in the water. Could it be that he's closing in on this big fish, the big fish who is our champ, Mike Santana? And what implications are there if this title goes to AEW?
Oh my God. Well, it certainly ain't slowing Santana's knife-edge shop down. Holy cow.
No, Santana's definitely, wow, moving slower.
Back suplex.
I know how resilient he is, but I really just don't know how much more Santana can take of that pain he's dealing with here.
Well, he stops the match, he forfeits the title. Mike Santana is not ever going to give up that championship.
No.
You have to break both of his legs.
Yeah, that's just not the kind of man he is. Most certainly not in front of a hometown crowd at his home promotion.
Wow, okay, listen. You heard it from the man's mouth.
I think that was an F you. Is that what it was?
That's exactly what he said.
But I get it. Frustration is building. He can't control the situation. When a wrestler cannot control the situation because of their body.
Oh, what a back elbow. One has to wonder, though, Sam, if Santana is really doing the right thing. I know we could talk about his resilience and his determination, and there's a drop kick to the knee. How smart of it is Santana to continue this match? Is he risking further injury? What happens after this?
That's very true. This is a calculated risk. Every single move that he gives, every single move that he takes could be tearing muscle or splintering bone. We don't know what the extent of the injury is. I've seen so many wrestlers just, take it one step too far in there and then, be out for far longer than they need to be. All the respect in the world for the guys that do that, but there's a time and a place for everything, and that's why I'm sitting in commentary.
I know Mike Santana's got flashbacks right now. He was out for well over a year, as his reconstruction was a beautiful thing to see, and we're just hoping that it's not going to end up back at square one here, as they are now both perched on the top turnbuckle as Santana with those kidney shots. He slips through.
Uh-oh, maybe a power bomb?
On one leg, a sit-out power bomb.
Astounding that he was able to pull that off with one leg, JD.
That's Mike Santana for you.
Really digging deep into those reserves. This could be the moment for him to capitalize. First time that Lethal is decisively down since that snafu on the outside, which led to Santana moving significantly slower, and now he's letting out a guttural cry. That's usually a bad thing, but I think this is a good thing. I think he's really getting into next gear here.
He's back up on his feet. Jay Lethal charges in. Mike Santana up and over on one leg.
Oh, my.
Big kick to the face. Irish whip, reverse. Santana put a stop to that because of the bad leg. What a go-around. Off the ropes. Signature Santana with that rolling cutter. How he did it on one leg. 1, 2. And Lethal still alive.
And now the crowd getting behind Santana. So much admiration and respect for this New York native who looks to be finishing things off, JD.
He went for that rolling lariat, and he was met with a step-up enziguri by Jay Lethal, as now Santana on Lethal's shoulders. He slips out.
It's anyone's game here.
Roll reversal here. Back elbow. Went for another rolling cutter, potentially. Nope.
Uh-oh.
That leg gave out on Santana.
Yup, and Lethal had it scattered.
Dead belly driver, drop Lethal right on the back of his neck. Wow, and Lethal is still in this thing. 2 count only.
What do you think is Lethal's motivation in this match as it relates to House of Glory? Because, you know, Lethal, pretty successful guy. He's at AEW. You know, he's made it. So what could the House of Glory Heavyweight Championship possibly do?
Jay Lethal hasn't had the opportunity. He's had the opportunity, but has failed in the opportunity. He was 1 of 12 in the AEW Continental Classic. I think he went winless in the tournament.
Oh, my.
Enters 2024, no momentum for himself, and now he's in this match, answering the call. I mean, it would erase his entire 2024, all the downs that he's had.
So in many ways, both these men with something to prove, just for different reasons.
Oh, my goodness!
We can literally see the sweat as these two men chop each other.
Wow. They are legitimately throwing bombs at each other. Clothesline back into the ring. Lethal lands on his feet. Step up enziguri by Lethal.
Uh-oh.
Santana's still up on the apron. Drop kick. Santana is where he doesn't want to be on the outside. As Lethal, he flies with a suicide dive. He lands on his feet. And this is the most trouble that we've seen Santana in during his entire reign so far, as Lethal's climbing the top rope.
Will this risk pay off?
Drops the elbow!
Oh my God, are we going to see a new champion?
Wow, my God, I don't know how that was not a 3 count.
After everything else that Santana had to withstand in this match, the fact that he was able to kick out of that, really impressive. Woo. In the same token, what else can each of these men pull out in this match that they haven't already in order to ensure
We haven't
victory?
seen any of Lethal's signature moves yet. He still has a whole arsenal in his back pocket.
Also, the best is yet to come on Lethal's part.
Back elbow by Lethal.
Oh. Patented Jay Lethal.
Oh, my God. That knee gave out. Santana couldn't hold the weight of Lethal as he went for a lethal injection.
Wow. Yeah, gravity coming into play there.
That knee is really harming Santana's mobility right now.
It is. And for a man who, you know, often uses those ropes to his advantage, this just...
So he resorts to what he knows best.
Fighting.
Strength, power, fighting, yes.
Brawling. Santana.
Again, that knee.
No, yes! Beautiful!
Beautiful move by Santana!
Smart! Rolling out quickly, but he couldn't get up quick enough, and now...
Oh my God, a pile driver. And Santana, that's it. That's got to be over.
No, this can't be. This is not how this match...
Wow, listen.
Woo. Oh my, I got nervous there.
Referee. I don't think that the crowd even feels Lethal might have gotten that one. That was completely instinctual by Mike Santana. He is out Lethal. It looks like he has this match won, but he's got his back turned to the champion, pondering what he's got to do next. How can I defeat this champion that's held this title since January, hobbling on one leg? What do I have to do?
Well, I can tell you, staying on Santana, not underestimating him by creating that distance in the ring, that's what I think he had to do.
Yeah, that's a smart move by Jay Lethal. He's going right after that leg.
Yeah, before I feel like Lethal was taking advantage of what happened on the outside, but he wasn't intentionally pinpointing that left knee, but now
look at Lethal. It's almost as if Lethal has started to develop sympathy for Mike Santana. He doesn't want to do it, but he knows he has to do it.
It's almost like one of those situations where, you know, someone has to put down a horse that gets injured.
And there is the figure 4 leg lock as Santana, look at that! That leg dropped!
Well, Lethal might not have wanted to do it, but he certainly wants that title.
He's got nowhere to go. Right in the center of that ring, under those bright lights. Will Mike Santana tap out? Desperately reaching for the ropes, fingertips away.
Inches away. But Santana writhing in pain here.
Shoulders it down, he's got to look out. This is a pinning combination.
Yeah, that figure 4 is tightly cinched in. Lethal was smart to get him square center, JD.
Lethal win the title here as Santana.
Oh, we did it.
Where Santana got that little burst of energy to reach for the ropes, I don't know. Jay Lethal now possibly looking for it again. Roll up by Santana.
Ooh, right in the face.
Right to the face.
Back of the
Lethal
head.
injection. He hits this, it's all over. He goes for it. Santana had it scouted. As that rolling lariat. Lethal goes for it a third time. Wow! Is this it? No! The cold-blooded killers!
What is CBK doing out here? They've already had their matches. This has nothing to do with them.
Raheem Royal, Nolo Catano, and Jay Armani.
Now looking over at Santana with a smug grin on their faces. You know, I have a feeling that they weren't sent out here on their own bidding necessarily.
Conspicuous by his absence. We haven't seen him all night. Charles Mason is in possession of that contract that Raheem Royal won in the Matt Travis Battle Royal at high intensity, and he gave it to Charles Mason.
And now Santana, center of the ring. Oh, but Commissioner Solomon got something to say.
For the titles? For the titles?
Even though Santana and I just beat the crap out of each other, I think it's real good. But when I look over it, I just so happy to see the tag team champions.
Oh my goodness.
So, Commissioner, how about you make this match for the shiny belt?
And here's Raheem Royal and Nolo Catano. One too many times have they poked their nose in other people's business, and now it cost them. After a successful defense earlier against Miracle Generation, they now have to put their titles on the line for a second time tonight.
Yeah, well, you know what? Sometimes when you mess with the bull, you get the horns, and there's consequences to these actions. So they deserve it. And now Lethal holding on to Raheem Royal, who I think realizes he made a huge mistake as Santana charges in.
Oh, no! Santana inadvertently hit Jay Lethal as Nolo and Raheem go after that leg.
Wow. Kitano going for the jugular with that target of the left knee. Is he choking him out, JD?
He's choking him out.
Yeah, over the last few months, we have seen a change in attitude amongst these three men, aligning themselves with the dastardly Charles Mason.
They are under the learning tree now of Charles Mason.
And now tonight, they're here doing his bidding.
This is a 3-on-1. Jay Armani, he loves poking his nose in everybody's business. We've seen him get involved on multiple occasions tonight.
Oh, yes.
Raheem Royal. Shotgun drop kick combo there with Nolo. Big splash and leg drop combo as Mike Santana.
I don't like the way they go about their business, CBK, but that was a pretty smooth tag team move, you know.
Nobody's taking anything away from them.
They're growing in their hatred of the Hog Faithful and the Hog roster
together. They're just
together.
two pieces of garbage, and they're working for a piece of garbage.
Yes, they are.
Big flapjack by Mike Santana.
Ooh, that was all face and shoulder right there.
Did that create the separation he needs to make a tag to Jay Lethal, who is obviously the fresher of the two? With that knee injury still ailing Mike Santana.
He could very well get the tag to Lethal, but we still have to consider that CBK has had more time to recover. Their match was on second.
Yes.
Right? Whereas these two men just gave us a marathon singles match.
Whoa.
What? He agreed to this.
Are you effing kidding me?
Jay Lethal is a low-down, dirty piece of garbage.
Lethal just asked for this tag team match. Nolo with the meteor to the back.
Perhaps peeved that things didn't go his way in that title match. And now CBK making a huge...
And they deliver the kill shot there too. Mike Santana, I don't believe this.
What a coup it would have been if Raheem Royal could get that 3 count on our champion. Now CBK beside themselves. Is Lethal?
Jay Lethal's walking back to the ring. Get him out of the building.
No, sir. I think you've done enough. Is there anyone that's going to come to Mike Santana's aid right now? I mean, this just now what is this, a 4-on-1, JD? This is absurd.
Send him back to Jacksonville. We don't want him here anymore.
Yeah, bye-bye. NYC has no love for Jay Lethal here tonight.
He's got that tag team title. Now look at this. Nolo's cover in the referee's eyes. Oh, no. This is disgusting. I'm sure I don't have a good feeling about this. This is all a strategy. This is perpetrated and designed by Charles Mason. Absolutely.
Yeah, perhaps his absence has been a part of his grand plan all along.
I don't trust Charles Mason at all.
But my question is, was Lethal in on it the whole time, or did he decide to serve his best interest? Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure Mason paid him off, too. Just like he paid off Hog PD, just like he paid off everybody else before him.
That's what he does. That's just what he does. And now,
Lethal injection! He finally hit it after a 5th time. But it's not for the title. And Lethal will walk out of New York City without the HOG World title. And he will walk out of New York City a coward for aligning himself with these 3 pieces of human garbage. Mr. Mason. Charles Mason sending a message directly from prison, which is where he is right now.
Oh, no, come on.
They're about to Pillmanize his leg even further. This is disgusting. Where is Commissioner Solomon? Where is anyone in the back? Backstage at House of Glory is Nolo Catano. And here comes Jay Lyon and Amazing Red and the rest of the House of Glory locker room. Sweet cheeks.
They stood by and watched from backstage long enough. And now evening the playing field.
Fuego del Sol, Miracle Generation, everyone that's been on this show tonight, out here in defense of Mike Santana.
Yeah, there's no way that they could have let that happen. I don't think Mike Santana would have a knee right now if they wouldn't have come to his rescue. Wow, battle lines have been drawn, most certainly, JD.
It is certainly the cold-blooded killers led by Charles Mason looking to completely destroy House of Glory. They've already destroyed Main Event. Midas Black is nowhere to be found. Jay Lyon heartbroken. Amazing Red has a company that's falling apart right before his very eyes, and Charles Mason's laughing about it. I shiver to think what the company would look like with Charles Mason as the world champion.
Vikingo is one of the most electric, perhaps the most red